Hello everyone. In last videos we have completed the procedure relating to the child in conflict with law. As we know that the Juvenile Justice Act deals with two kinds of children, that is the child in conflict with law and child in need of care and protection. Under the child in conflict with law, we have completed about the Juvenile Justice Board, the procedure and steps relating to deal with the child in conflict with law. So, in this video, we are going to learn about the child in need of care and protection and what is the authority which administers the needs of a child who is in need of care and protection. So, let's start from the Child Welfare Committee. So, the Child Welfare Committee is a statutory body which is established by the state government under this act. So, as we know that the Juvenile Justice Board deals with those children who are in conflict with law. So, accordingly, the Child Welfare Committee is a separate statutory body which is established to deal with those children who are in need of care and protection. So, in previous video, we have understood under section 2, subsection 14 has given various instances under which a child comes under the definition of child in need of care and protection. So, they are those children who are abandoned or are abused or an orphan or any other child who comes under section 2 subsection 14 is called as a child in need of care and protection. So to protect these kind of children, the Child Welfare Committee is established. So now let us understand the constitution of the committee. So the state government will create one or more CWCs, that is the Child Welfare Committees, in each district through a notification in the official gazette. It must start functioning within 2 months of notification. So the state government under section 27 shall issue a notification through which the Child Welfare Committee is established, and it shall start its functioning within 2 months of that notification. And CWC functions as a bench, that is, 2 or more persons shall be the head of the Child Welfare Committee, and it has similar powers to a metropolitan magistrate or judicial magistrate of first class depending on the case. So this is how a Child Welfare Committee is established. And the next is the composition of the committee. So each CWC will have a chairperson and 4 other members, or as the state government decides. So at least one member must be a woman. At least one member must be an expert on child related matters. So there shall be one chairperson and 4 other members. So in that, one shall be a woman and one shall be an expert on child related matters. So how can one be a member of the committee? So the eligibility for membership in the Child Welfare Committee is that a person shall have a degree in one of these fields, that is child psychology, psychiatry, law, social work, sociology, human health, education, human development, or special education for differently abled child. So a person shall have a degree in any of these fields, and he or she must have 7 years of experience in health education or welfare activities related to children or be a practicing professionals in the above fields. So either the member can have 7 years of experience in any of these fields or they shall be a practicing professional. So there are some disqualifications for becoming the member of the Child Welfare Committee. So a person cannot be a member if they have violated human rights or child rights. That is, a person who have done any act which is against the laws, which is against the human rights or child rights, and are convicted of an offense involving moral turpitude, or have been removed or dismissed from government service, or have been involved in child abuse, child labor, immoral acts, or other violations of human rights, or are part of management of child care institution in that district, or must also meet other qualifications prescribed by rules. So, a person can be disqualified to become a member of the Child Welfare Committee on these grounds. That is, they cannot have a criminal background, or if they fail to have the qualifications as mentioned in the rules. So, So now let us understand the tenure of the members. So the members can serve for a maximum period of 3 years. The tenure of the members is 3 years, and the state government can remove a member if misuses the power under the Act, convicted of moral turpitude without reversal or pardon, fails to attend committee proceedings consequently for 3 months without valid reason, or misses more than one-fourth of sittings in a year. So, on these grounds, the state government can directly remove the member of a child welfare committee. And the next is reporting and review. So, the child welfare committee submits a report to the district magistrate in a prescribed form. The district magistrate conducts quarterly review of CWC function. So, the CWC, that is the Child Welfare Committee, must send a report of its activities to the district magistrate. So the district magistrate have the control over the Child Welfare Committee. Grievance redressal. The district magistrate is the grievance authority for any complaints regarding the Child Welfare Committee. Affected children or those connected to them can file a complaint. The district magistrate hears the parties and passes appropriate orders. So, any complaints regarding the Child Welfare Committee, the affected children or any other person can file a complaint against the Child Welfare Committee to the district magistrate. So, this is the composition of the Child Welfare Committee. Now, let us understand the powers, functions, and responsibilities of the committee. So, Section 29 of the Juvenile Justice Act 2015 deals with the powers of the committee. The committee has the power to dispose of cases relating to the care, protection, treatment, development, and rehabilitation of children in need of care and protection. So, the committee has the powers to take care of the children and protect them from any abuse, or if they are abandoned, or if a child is an orphan, then the committee can take care of that children, and it can provide for their basic needs and overall welfare. Where a child welfare committee is constituted, it will have exclusive authority to handle all proceedings under this act concerning such children, overriding any other law, except where otherwise provided in the Act. So, the Act has given total powers to the Child Welfare Committee to deal with the child in need of care and protection. So, all the proceedings relating to the child in need of care and protection shall be done by the Child Welfare Committee. So, these are the powers of the committee. Now let us understand the functions. Section 30 of the Act provides the functions that shall be done by the committee. So the functions of the committee are taking cognizance and receiving children produced before it. So any children who are found begging or were abused or is an orphan, then any person can produce the child before the Child Welfare Committee, and the committee shall take cognizance of that children and provide with any care, protection, any other needs, and provide any other needs of the child. And directing social investigation by child welfare officers, probation officers, district child protection unit, or NGOs. So after receiving the child, the committee shall direct the child welfare officers and any other officers to conduct the social investigation of the child. And the next function is declaring fit persons suitable for care of children. So the committee will declare those persons capable of taking care of the children as fit persons and shall direct them to take care of the child. And the next is directing placement of children in foster care. So foster care is the place where a child is sent for a temporary period of time. So it could be with a fit person or some other family until the child is adopted by some other parents. And selecting registered institutions for placement based on age, gender, disability, and needs. So, according to the needs of the child, the committee shall constitute various kinds of institutions for the placement of the children. And the next function of the committee is certifying surrendered deeds executed by parents and allowing them time to reconsider. So, any parents who surrender their child to the Child Welfare Committee, they must execute a deed and the committee shall verify the deed and certify it. And it shall also provide some time to reconsider their decision. And the next is declaring orphaned, abandoned, or surrendered children legally free for adoption. So when the committee finds any child who is orphaned, abandoned, or a surrendered child, then the committee shall have the right to declare the child to be legally free for adoption. That is, those children can be adopted by any other parents. And taking suo motu cognizance of children not produced before the committee with at least 3 members' approval. So, any child who is found orphaned, abandoned, or is in need of care and protection and was not produced before the committee, then the committee shall have power to directly take the child into their custody. And for that, at least the approval of three members of the committee shall be taken. And the next function is dealing with cases referred by the Juvenile Justice Board under Section 17. So we know that those children who are not found guilty of any offense and are in need of care and protection, the Juvenile Justice Board can transfer that case to the Child Welfare Committee. So those children shall also be dealt by the Child Welfare Committee. And accessing legal services for children. So children shall be provided with legal services, and that provision shall be given by the Child Welfare Committee, and performing other functions as may be prescribed under the Act or rules. So these are the powers and functions of the Child Welfare Committee. Now let us understand the responsibilities of the committee. So Section 30 deals with the responsibilities of the committee. So it is the responsibility of the committee to ensure care, protection, rehabilitation, or restoration of children based on their individual care plans. So according to the needs of the children, the committee shall provide protection and rehabilitation facilities, and issuing directions to parents, guardians, fit persons, or institutions for child's welfare. So it is the responsibility of the committee to issue directions to the parents or guardians for the child's welfare, and conducting at least 2 inspections per month of residential facilities and recommending improvements to the district care protection unit or the state government. So after the child is being sent to any institution or is given for adoption, in that cases also it is the responsibility of the Child Welfare Committee to conduct inspections to know the welfare of the child. So at least 2 inspections per month shall be conducted by the committee, and ensuring efforts for restoration of abandoned or lost children to their families through due process. So those children who are lost or abandoned by their parents, the committee shall find their families according to the procedure. And the next responsibility is taking action for rehabilitation of sexually abused children reported under the POCSO Act 2012. So those children who were abused sexually shall be given rehabilitation provisions by the committee. And the next is coordinating with police, labor department, and other agencies with the help of the district child protection unit or the state government for child protection. So any children who are working in any hazardous industries where children are prohibited from working against any child laws or labor laws, then committee shall ensure that no children is working in such places through police, labor department, or any other agencies. And the next responsibility is inquiring into complaints of child abuse in any child care institution and directing appropriate authorities to act. So it is the duty of the Child Welfare Committee to take the complaints related to any child abuse in any child care institution, and it shall direct appropriate authorities to take actions, and to ensure family preservation efforts before declaring a child surrendered or free for adoption. So those parents who want to renounce them, they shall be the committee shall ensure and try that the child shall be with their biological parents only. And if it is not possible, then only the committee shall take that child. And the next responsibility is monitoring and maintaining records of all cases handled. So, all the cases which the committee handles, that records shall be maintained and monitored by the committee. So, this is about the constitution and the powers, functions, and responsibilities of the Child Welfare Committee. So, that's all in this video. I hope you all have understood it. Thank you.